Hello everyone, welcome back. KJ4YZI, Eric here with HamRadioConcepts, and the excitement contained in my voice is nothing but my own. This is not a sponsored video. Nobody's paid me or told me or asked me to make this video. I want to share this video about the World Radio League with you and the rest of the world. Ham radio needed this. The hobby deserves this. I can't wait to show you about this, and if you just give me 5 minutes, the excitement will show you what I'm talking about, okay? Now, World Radio League, I ran into their booth at Melbourne Ham Fest in October this year and met with Professor Jim and did a little video there because I was impressed on what I saw. I heard about this a couple years ago from the people that designed and maintained and developed this. I know them personally because they developed Ham Radio Prep. Remember, I was sponsored with Ham Radio Prep for years, and they made tens of thousands of ham radio operators with their service. I got some discount codes for you. You got to stick with the video. I'll give them to you. However, World Radio League is a game changer. It makes ham radio more futuristic, the future of ham radio. It's to give you a nutshell, it's a cloud-based system, cloud-based software that lets you do logging, that has leaderboards, that lets you set up POTA and log the POTA, activate parks, lets you do real-time contesting. It lets you spot yourself on POTAs, automatic QSL cards, call sign searches. We don't have to hit that same site we grew up hitting all the time to type in something on that site that you have to do all this and get that person's information. No. The person's information will be here and more. You can see where they're talking, what bands they're on, how many contacts they have made if they're using World Radio League, right? Maps, analytics, and so much more. This is cloud-based and accessible from iOS, Apple, Android, and the web. And you don't even have to have internet when you're using it. You can use this anywhere on top of that Mount St. whatever and do a soda on there and come back into civilization and export and sync your data all to your World Radio League, okay? This is a database. This is something that ham radio needs, and I hope this grows until everybody's using it, okay? I'm going to log in, or I'm logged in now. I'm going to show you what I'm doing on the World Radio League, and that will give you an example of what you can do, because there's bigger fish out there than me. I'm a little guy, but I'm going to start with logbooks, okay? I'll try to touch on everything here, okay? First of all, logbooks. This is the general reason, the most encompassing feature of this is the logging. Now, you can make multiple logbooks. I have one for home. You can make one for mobile, one for POTA, one for space communications, one for when you're mobile, whatever. Okay, now I'm going to show you, there's a lot more in the logbook. Just stay tuned, please. Okay, so when I did that video at Melbourne, then I, got home and got signed up and stuff. October 20th, I think, is when I started this, okay? Now, it'll show you all your logs, and of course, you can see all the DXM work, and I'll show you. The contact, the signal report, the frequency, the mode, the distance, okay? And it'll do that. But you can go like this. You can go to map, and I can see it on a map on the contacts that I've made. I could also go to spotting, and I can see people that are spotting themselves. So if you're looking for that contact, you can see who spotted themselves, where they're at, what frequency they're on, and what mode and what band. Okay. You can also go to stats. So my stats for my home logbook, and this is I haven't been on the air in a couple weeks. I've been very busy, but I've been on the air. I haven't been logging. I've been mostly mobile. But out of 5 days and 19 hours of using this, making contacts, right? 58 QSOs, and it breaks it down. 6 bands, so 40, 17, 12, 30, 10, and 20. How many contacts on each band? And then how many modes? 6 modes. The top mode for me is FT8, and I always poo-poo on FT8. I don't use FT8 much, but I was testing antennas and propagation, and then I started getting excited, filling my little map up on here, and just kind of stuck with it because I got the 7300 back. I'm using a Chameleon long wire or a Chameleon universal remote tuner on the tower, and I was just banging them out at 20 watts, 30 watts. So you can see FT8, sideband, FT4, PSK, digital, and Olivia. I love digital modes, PSK, and keyboard to keyboard. Now, 24 DX entities, right? 42 states and provinces. Longest contact, 9,347 kilometers. But wait, there's more. As you're doing this, it will give you more stats on your QSOs per hour and how many today and how many average a day and stuff like that. Okay, so you have a logbook, right? Let's go up here to band conditions. Kind of gives you a snapshot right here of the band conditions. That comes from the solar terrestrial data. So remember, I don't care if it's World Radio League or not. Always, always get on and call CQ. Never look at this and say 10 meters. Look at this, 12 and 10 meters, poor at night. There was 1 year, 5, 6, 7 years ago, 8 years ago, it said that. I was on 10 meters till 3 in the morning talking to DX all over the place. And people were like, oh my God, it shouldn't be open right now. But it was. Always call CQ. Okay. If you need help looking at your band plan, the band plan is on here. I have this hanging on my wall right next to this monitor. And I love their band plan because this really breaks it down by modes, single sideband weak signal mode, all the different bands. And it shows you like slow scan TV on 40 meters right here, right? That'll give you an idea of where you want to operate, what you can do there, okay? All right, so let's go to analytics here. So analytics gives me an idea of how many countries I've worked, what's my most popular country, right? Number of DX contacts, break it down by CW, digital phone, and also by band. So you can see awards if you want to, win awards, like if I get 100 DX contacts, I'll have a DX Master Award of 100. All right. U.S. states, it breaks it down, activity and streaks, okay? Longest streak was 4 days. That was when I was using it for those 4 days. Okay, and then it shows me world's on a leaderboard, world's longest streaks, right? This dude's been making contacts right here, 165 days in a row. And watch this. If I click on it, it'll bring me up right here and show when he's on, what month, what day of the month is most active. Obviously, he doesn't do it on this Saturday. You see what I mean? All right, but you could also, if he's on World Radio League, here's like his QR's ed, right? And you can put notes here. I can add notes about this user. Like this is the guy I talked to when my Christmas lights were wrapped around my antenna. Whatever. Okay. Retired Navy. Thank you for your service, Jeffrey, to our country. And show email. Here's his email here. If you want to send a message, right? You can send a message right through World Radio League. And it shows you on here when he joined, his last post. There is also community and social networks on here. I'll show you. You can see he's been posting in here on topics. Okay? It's getting deep, right? So that's on here. Let's keep going. So as I said, leaderboard. If you look at the leaderboard here, it'll show you most contacts overall. This guy, 9 Yankee 4 Delta Golf, 1,869 contacts. That's his name, right? And then and that's the most contacts overall that they're using on World Radio League. But then over here, you can do top operators by mode. So if you want to see who's really doing amateur television, there is one guy here doing slow scan TV or TV in general, whatever, right here at 6 contacts. Let's go to digital or PSK. Okay, so on PSK, I was on here. I must have got kicked off. I was on a leaderboard. But, you know why? Because the week ends. So it's a week-long leaderboard, I guess, right? If I hit all time. Where am I? Yeah, there I am. There I am. See? Right here. Number 9. 4 contacts on here. So I love PSK 31. I wish people were on there. You can see Miami County Amateur Radio Club is definitely busy on PSK. But if you want to do weekly or all time, right? Pretty cool. So this week, there's only been, this guy makes 2. I can go on there and knock out 5, 6 if I want to get myself engaged to be on a leaderboard, to be a top operator. Don't think you have to do that. That's just something that I have found got me really wanting to get back into radio when I got bored with it. That's why I appreciate World Radio League, because when you make contacts like I do all day and every day, I got burned out. But here I am making it fun for me to get on the radio, right? All right. So top operators by mode and longest distance. So this week, this guy made the longest distance, 19,756 kilometers, right? And the most DX contacts right here. So there's your kind of leaderboard. We'll go down here to spotting. And this is where you can spot yourself. You could, if you're on a certain country, a DXpedition, if you want to do DX only, let's see, right? Show logged, DX only, clusters here for POTA, SOTA, W7JD, I don't even know what that is. HamQTH cluster, okay. Or by modes or by bands, all right. So spotting right here shows you the frequency down here, who's spotted, and then you can say, hey, Japan, JK2NWU is on 40 on FT8 on this frequency. Bang, you can go look them up if you want that contact, right? All right, find members near me. Okay, so let's go out a little bit. There I am. Is there anybody around me? Okay, there is. Oh, there you go. Now she's growing. All right. So there's a lot of World Radio League members around me. 4 in Vero Beach. Actually, 8 in Vero Beach. It's operating a little slow right this second. But you can see there's some in Miko, Grant, Palm Bay, Barefoot Bay. I mean, there are people that are on World Radio League right around me. So it's not just me showing this. People have already jumped on board, and I didn't even have my video on yet. That's slowing down here. I'm trying to load too much. There we go. Okay, cool. There we go. So we have some around me in my area. Okay, pretty cool. And you could also look and see, wow, Greg, I don't even know who that person is. He's on a free membership. I am on VIP because I wanted to pay the extra money. You can use this free, but I wanted to pay for the VIP features, and you can manage your subscription at any time. But I could click this guy and see who he is. I didn't even know he was around here. I've never talked to KR4ENJ. And it looks like he was not on or logging at all, but he's a member. Okay, so there you go. All right, let's see. Yeah, he's a free level, so he hasn't used. Retired, I sail, I ride horses, now I play radios. Cool. Hello, Gregory. All right, let's see. What else? Activities. So, I guess access location, yes. Now, I haven't clicked on these yet, so they're probably loading. I think they are loading. Yeah, I got to be patient. But let's go to contest for now. So contesting. If you want to join an upcoming contest like the ARRL sweepstakes, single sideband, you on this date, right? That's this weekend. You can join for free. And it'll give you, oh, I guess I'm enrolled now. So now if I come back, I'll be on a leaderboard with the people on the ARRL sweepstakes for single sideband. So, hey, guys, the weekend is going to be busy. I'm telling you, this is when you'll make contacts. For those years ago that always told me, I don't know where you're making contacts. There ain't nobody on the air. Well, they're going to be on the air. And I'll show you after the weekend, if you want, that they're all going to be logging on here showing they're making contacts. So contacts can be had. All right. So it's waiting to start. And then you'll have a map here. I guess there's a map. Participants on the air now. Isn't this intuitive? Doesn't this have a lot of information? A lot of information. The rules for the contest here are right here, right? Scoring and everything. The statistics. It'll show you the bands and the modes. You'll see when everybody's gravitating to 40 at night. Everybody's going to 10 during the day or whatever. All right. And the leaderboard. So this is very, very cool. Integrations. So integrations, if you are that person that uses this, you can integrate. However, you do need to pay for this in order for them to let you upload that ADIF to this, okay? Also, if you've been using Logbook of the World, I never have, don't know anything about it, but if you're a Logbook of the World person, connect it. Send all that information to here. It automatically populate your World Radio League online database here. This right here, I'm not sure of. I'm not even going to talk about it. But it says World Radio League Cat Control. Control your radio from your browser. It's in beta. I haven't played with that yet, but damn, if it's got that, that's something that a logging book or software or website doesn't have. Okay. N3FJP. We use that for field days and contests and special events. You could, I guess it says details here, but you'd be able to integrate, take those contacts and put them on here. N1MM, I've heard of that logging software as well. WSJTX. So if you use that for logging in there, I guess you could integrate the contacts in WSJTX right to World Radio League. So that is pretty cool. I mean, this has a lot. My profile, it'll have, show my email here. I could send a message directly, to me or that person. You know what I mean? I have no replies or topics. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about, oh, there you go. QSOs by band, little pie chart, right? And by mode, right here. You can see that I was using FT8 mostly. But as I start using this and get on it, and now also right here, confirmed. So if another World Radio League user makes that log, you see the green checks? They can confirm the contact. And if I click the little eyeball, it'll show me that contact right here. So if somebody says, well, where is that country? Where did you make that, contact? I can go like this. Watch. I can go right here. Where was it? Here. This right here. All right. Click that. Boop. There it is. That's where I made that contact. On 30 meters, on FT8, 7,300 kilometers, and that was our signal report. Okay. So that's pretty impressive, man. It's pretty fun. If you want to share that, look right here. Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn. You can send all that data. Look at the contact I made with a light bulb as an antenna. Right here. You can get the screenshot right there. Pretty neat stuff. Community chat. Like I said, there's social modes. So community chat, there's topics if you want to ask professionals, hey, what do you guys use for wire antennas these days? Or, right here, VHF, UHF contacts while traveling. So it's like remember, EHAM and all those had discussions where they would bulletins and posts and stuff like this. And people will reply. I can reply to them myself right here, Cool if you want to ask questions. If you want to be that guy that will help, that will be willing to help. For those who are new and getting into this, maybe you spend 5 minutes and answer 2 questions that you can here and there. If we all do that, there'll be a huge repository of information right here. FT8 logging, cat control at startup. Say I'm new to this program after loading the cat. You got 2 replies in 1 day. So really cool stuff here. That who's blowing up my phone? Okay, sorry. Things happen in real life here behind the camera. So there's your, your social aspect of it. Really, really neat. I think that's about all I want to talk about right now. Here's my contacts, contact details. Other than that, if I go to home here, I can, start at POTA activation right here. So I can type the name of the part, the frequency, and the mode, and start logging. And you can go into, that's me, the sweet stuff. I might jump on this weekend. I'm going to fill it up and I'll show you another video if a lot of people are like, yeah, we want to see what happens. It's about as boring as watching paint dry, me typing in. Here, let's end the video with this. Let's do this. Let's go to my logbook, and I'm going to take this picture up here. This is from whoops. This is my QSL card from my moon bounce with Frank and C1I. And I have the QSL card. I'm going to put this data in with you right here officially. So their call sign, NC1I. I don't remember. RST neg 25. So I don't know what I sent. Probably a neg 20. I don't know. We're just going to do like this. Okay. Bear with me. Neg 25. We're going to do frequency was 432.084. That was, of course, 70 centimeter. Well, I don't have to pick that. There it goes. Okay. Mode was... they don't have Q65 in here. So I'm going to put FT8 for now. World Radio League, if you're watching, please add Q65. We need Q65 for moon bounce. We need, let's see, DMR, Fusion. I wouldn't log those anyways. Yeah, we need Q65, and we have PSK. How about Contestia? How about Domino X? How about Hellschreiber and Thor and Throb? Add those. That would be great. Okay, so here's Frank's information. Of course, I can view that. So this is a moon bounce, and then the date, time and date. So this was on, let's see. This was on May 9th, 2025 at 0333. 0333. There you go. Okay, and we're going to submit that. And I should have a log. That must have, let's see, how would that work now? Oh, log contact. There we go. There we go. Okay, so I just logged that contact, finally. So, if I go up here to map, it's not going to look that way. Let's see, stats. Okay, so there we go. So we have one on 70 centimeters right here. That's this contact here, and believe it or not, it's my longest because it's like 255,000 miles to the surface of the moon and then 255,000 back. So I made a contact over 500,000 miles, and it's logged right here on World Radio League. So I did that with you guys together. All right, well, that's I think all I really wanted to show you and get you involved in this. Last but not least, you can sign up for free and check this out. And if you want to use or upgrade to a paid plan for even more features and more contacts, they were gracious enough, people at World Radio League, to give you the code ERICWRL. Just like Ham Radio Prep, we used ERIC20 to save 20% on Ham Radio Prep on any course you buy. World Radio League, ERICWRL. And I promise it's going to be worth it. If you like everything you see, drop a comment below. If you don't like what you see and you have any feelings toward this video that aren't what I say, please unsubscribe and never watch again. I'm not the smoke and mirrors you think that you see on YouTube. Okay? And last but not least, the mobile app, available on Google and Apple, and you can have all this on your device if you're using a tablet out there in the field on POTA or SOTA, or you just are a mobile friendly guy. Some people just do stuff on their phone these days. They don't have computers. I got like 19 laptops sitting around me right now. I use 4 of them. The rest just sit there. ERICWRL will save you 20% on World Radio League. Thanks for watching, everybody. Take care. 7-3 from KJ4YZI. See you on World Radio League.